joined now by CBU Lady Bucs coach Sarah Condra. Coach, tough one tonight. Boy, right down to the wire. Two teams both battling to stay alive in the conference postseason tournament ranks, and Lady Bucs just couldn't get it done right there at the end. Had several missed layups earlier in the game that could have made a difference, but they missed a few too. Some good defense in the second half, but just couldn't quite get that one right at the end tonight. Tough loss.
No, that was tough. Very disappointing, extremely disappointing for our players because they've, worked so hard and after such a disappointing weekend that, they stayed into everything mentally and, I did a poor job of drawing those two plays up at the very end. We went a little early on the first play and I didn't clarify that very well and just some poor coaching down the end.
No, it's disappointing. I mean, you're not technically eliminated, I guess, but things don't look good right now. You two coming in even on the game really kind of needed to get that one tonight because now you lost the series 2 Delta since you lost early down there.
Right.
But still get on the road Saturday. Still have a lot to play for and development still with the seniors wanting to finish with a bang and the young players getting a chance. And as far as tonight, like I say, I know it's disappointing. It's hard to talk about, but the good things tonight, I mean, there were some good points. I thought Lady Bucs came in defensively. And she's such a long body to throw out there defensively. She missed it. Every shot she put up tonight, I thought was going in. She could not get a big drop, but I thought she really came in and gave her a spark there in the second half.
Yeah, she's practiced so well, and she gets in and she does some unique things. For her to work as hard as she does, I wish some shots would fall for her. She's one that's been in the gym working, and she usually practices really well and shoots well. And for some reason, this year just hasn't gone her way in the game. I wish she could just experience a little bit more success offensively, but she does do some things defensively that are good, because we don't have the length that she provides us.
Yeah, and then freshman Bryn Lyle, tough defensive matchup tonight. Morgan's a pretty good player. Jordan Ruther's a pretty good player. But, Bryn held her own too offensively, 16 points. And that was just a tough matchup for her. And hopefully she learned some things. She's obviously not as physical at this point of her career. But I thought overall, those two, she had a few more points than Bryn. But, I thought Bryn did really well in that matchup, especially offensively.
Yeah, she scored 23 points. Yeah. But the ones that I didn't like were the ones where she got all the way to the paint, and got layups. Those we should have some help on. But some of those jump shots, we're going to live with, and Bryn's going to be better playing against players like that, and she's fearless. And if there's anybody that's upset about that, it's Bryn. She's got that competitive nature, and that kid's a true winner. And I was pleased with her defensive effort. It's hard to contain a player like that.
Dr. Smirelli mentioned several times the help defense didn't cut off the drive.
No.
She did what she could out top and got her going one way, and then nobody stepped up. And I saw you were upset once or twice by that not happening also.
We kept talking about it, like get over and help, but we're following our man away, and and that's frustrating because our kids know the defensive principles, and we just didn't execute down the stretch.
Yeah, and then they had the player from Olive Branch, had a lot of family and all. She got pretty hot that second half with some threes. She's a good little step-back shooter. That's surprising, some of the shots she hit. But I thought Roth had a pretty good second half offensively for you. Came in there, ended up with it was 15 in the ball game, but a little quicker than the big player they had there, Johnson. Big freshman there, and Shamisha and her a few years coming down the road. Those two will be banging bodies underneath, maybe.
Right.
But I thought Ralph came on second half and had pretty good offensive display.
Yeah, she did. She was able to take advantage of. It was a little bit of a mismatch. It's a mismatch inside. For us, it's a mismatch on the outside, and Rapp is able to take advantage of that quite a bit. You know, with running her on the outside and getting some outside shots.
Well, Coach, you're on the road Saturday down to Auburn, Montgomery. This is just a single game. We leave Saturday morning on that, and we're not Friday night. Yeah, spend the night. That's a pretty good way down there.
Yeah.
But then finish it up here at home against Union. It'll be a tough matchup here. Union's, I'm sure, trying to play for region rankings and all, but hopefully the Lady Bucs can come back and get a good one on the road and come back and play Union tough. We always play them tough too. I mean, we just rise to the occasion, it seems like.
Yeah.
Their program is obviously developed, and we're trying to head that way, but hopefully it'll be a good game here next Thursday to finish the regular season.
Yeah, our kids will fight. They always do, and I'm proud of them. You know, they've bounced back every single time, and they'll bounce back, and you know, and they'll play hard these last two games.
Absolutely. Coach, if I see something you should do, I'll call a timeout, and Dr. Smell and I'll call you over and try to make it a little better, Coach.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I need all the help I can get, man.
No, Coach, I appreciate it. Have a safe trip Saturday, get a big win, and we'll see you back here Thursday night.
I appreciate it.
Thank you. Joined now by former color analyst last season during the redshirt year. It was a pleasure having you along most games last year. Cassie Atkins, welcome. Haven't had a chance to talk to you. I'm trying to get a hold of many Lady Bucs as I can this season, but congratulations on a good year for the Lady Bucs. I know it isn't quite what you all wanted, and you know, I wanted to talk to you once because I've talked to you before and after, but not on the air. But as far as your season, you know, there's, I guess, matchups as I talked about with Coach Condra. You know, I tapped you on the hand, warming up a couple games ago. I'm like, I think you're having a big night. In the matchups, she didn't normally play you.
Yeah.
So it was more of a guard-oriented game that night or whatever. But how do you, coming off the redshirt year, I mean, players always have to be ready no matter who's called when. But how do you do that coming off the bench at any time being ready to go?
It really just, you know, you have to rely on your teammates that they're going to, you know, get you in the flow of the game and just pick you up when you need it. I know throughout the game we're trying to encourage the girls and keep them going and say, like, hey, you got it. And when we come in and make a big play, you know, we're always trying to high-five each other. So really, I rely a lot on my teammates because they do a lot to pick me up and show that leadership, especially like with Courtney and Michaela. And so really, you rely on each other, and that's what we've done a lot this year.
You know, and it really doesn't matter who comes in. You know, he came in, knocked down a big three right when we were making the run to get back in and try to get the lead. Michaela Enox, we were talking to her. I was talking to Coach Condra about her just a minute ago. She is so long to throw out there defensively. She's something that Coach Condra said you all don't have in any other player, really. And she can really rattle, and we've got to get her to hit some shots. Every shot she put up tonight I thought was going in, and she just could not buy a basket. But she really provides a spark, and really didn't play the first half. And then the second half made a big difference, really.
And that's when, you know, you're talking about you have to be ready to go. And I think Michaela definitely was, you know, the whole time. We could hear her on the bench and just talking to everybody. I know there was one point where we were in a timeout, and she came up to me after and just said, hey, keep playing, like, you got it. But she's doing really well, like, encouraging them. And also when she comes in, she's very productive and she does a lot. It may not show up on the stat sheet, but, you know, she plays really good defense, and she gets other people to help her get a stop, and then they come in. And she didn't hit her layups tonight, but she went in strong, and that's something that we've seen all practice. She's being more aggressive, and her outside shots will start to fall with that.
I was going to say the three I thought was the best looking shot. I mean, the layups were good, but their layups, I thought it was going down. I could not believe the three didn't go. I mean, her form, everything looked so good, and it just didn't do. But, you know, you redshirted last year, so your freshman eligibility-wise, you have seniors. You mentioned Michaela and Courtney and Ralph. But overall, this is a young Lady Bucs team, and a lot of you have been able to get a lot of minutes this year. The future really is bright. I mean, the season's not over yet. 2 games left, and the seniors, I know, want to go out. The underclassmen want to play and earn time here at the end of the season. But it should be exciting to you all knowing what you have back with what she might add as far as pieces to the puzzle.
It is very exciting because when you think about it, we don't have any sophomores, you know, athletic-wise. We have our 4 seniors, Rachel, who will be coming back next year. We have the 3 juniors being Sarah, Michaela Enix, and Kinsey Jones, and then 5 freshmen. So really, it's going to be very exciting because a lot of us have had playing time, and a lot of us are getting those minutes during the game, and a lot of the times we're very productive during them. So I'm very excited to finish up the season, and it is very sad hearing you say we have 2 games left regular season because we're not ready to get rid of the seniors at all. We formed such a bond with them. I know the last 2 years being around them, it's been incredible, and they just show so much leadership, and they really are helping, especially in practice, knowing that we are getting down to the wire, and they really do a great job of helping the younger players with everything and walking us through plays, and then just being encouraging, and that's what you love about having them as the seniors.
Absolutely. Well, you've been around that now 2 years. 3 years from now, we'll probably be shedding a tear right now as your senior season will be coming down the end. But hopefully you all will, 3 years from now, already, well, even before that, next year, will have clinched a spot in the postseason.
Yes.
And but no, it'll fly by. Trust me, we'll be sitting here in 3 years, and you'll just look up and go, I cannot believe we were just talking 3 years ago about how fast it'll go. So, well, congratulations on a good season. Like I say, in the Lady Bucs, 2 big games left on the road. I know, like Coach Condra said, you all give everything you have like you do every game anyway. Travel safe. We'll see you back here next Thursday night.
Thank you.
Say hey to anybody on there watching in, listening. Or...
Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad.
There we go. All right. That was Kelsey Atkins.